So the exam, okay, it's going to be on the 16th. So today is the 2nd. So you have exactly 2 weeks from today until your exam. So that's why I'm trying to give you the recordings early so you can start early. I'm going to finish all 3 this week. Then you guys should be studying science, and then you can start up on math again, okay? So here, what we're going to work on today, we have module 12, the multiple choice questions for number 1 to 6. I don't think you're going to have a lot of problems with these questions, okay? I think they're pretty straightforward, and you should be able to get all 6 correct. Remember, in the multiple choice, you're going to have 15 questions, 4 points each. The total for this section is going to be 60 points. And your goal in this section is to get 11 or 12 questions correct. So as you're going through your exam, just make sure that you're keeping track of the ones that you think you got correct. And hopefully it's going to be 11 or more. Okay, so the first question is from lesson 12.6. That was about angles. So this one on the left, it has a name. Anybody?
Right angle.
This one is a right angle, so complementary. What do you know about complementary? What kind of angle is that?
A right
Corner
angle.
angle.
Right angle, corner angle, and adds to how much?
90 degrees.
All right, so complementary, corner angle, add to 90. The second picture is what name?
Supplementary.
Supplementary. What kind of angle is it?
Straight angle.
Straight angle.
Add to?
180 degrees.
Add to 180. Fine. Then A and B, B and D, D and C, C and A. They all have a name. What's the name?
Linear pair.
That one is linear pair. What do you know about linear pair? What kind of angle is that?
Supplementary. Right angle.
Add to?
180.
5. 3 and 5, it has a name.
Vertical.
Vertical. What do you know about vertical?
Opposite side.
Opposite angle. Opposite angles are what?
Equal.
Equal. So fine, put this on your brain dump before you start your exam. This question you have to solve quite a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna solve some of them, maybe most of them. We'll see how much energy I have, yeah? But this one, you want to figure out what is the measure of angle 6 and the measure of angle 7. Well, 6 and 7, they have a name. What's the name of that thing?
Linear pair.
Yeah, it's a linear pair. Linear pair. It's a straight angle and should add to
180.
180. So your equation here, 2x subtract 21 plus 3x subtract 34 is equal to 180. You have to write your equation and then solve that thing, right? So here, what's the next step?
In the x.
We're going to clean everything on the same side. So we have x's we need to clean, and we have numbers without x we need to clean. So you need to clean everything up to make it a shorter problem. So start with the x. You have 2x plus 3x, going to give you what?
5x.
True, positive 5x, right? Then you have negative 21, subtract 34.
Negative 55, I mean.
Negative 55. Bring everything down, so equal to 180. Then add 55 both sides. This is 0. 5x is equal to 235. Divide 5. Divide 5. X is equal to 47. The question, what does it want from you?
Find the measure. Find 6. Measure 6 and 7.
It wants the measure, yeah? So in this exam, if you want to bring a good mark, be careful about what it is that they want from you. It says here to find the measure. It doesn't say they want X, they want the measure. So how do you find the measure? 2x subtract 21. You're not writing X, put parentheses. The 2,
47.
bring it down, subtract 21. Inside should be 47. Sorry, I'll write it bigger. Then calculator. So somebody calculated.
73.
So the measure of angle 6 is 73 degrees. What is the measure of angle 8?
73.
Why?
Because they're equal.
Because they are called what name?
Vertical? No.
Vertical. Yeah. So this one is also going to be 73 degrees. Then we have to find the measure of angle 7. 2 ways we can do it. What's one way you can do?
3 multiplied by 47 will give us 141. Subtract by 34 will give us 107.
Right? So you can do that. Anybody have another way? It's linear pair, you told me, yeah? 6 and 7 is linear
Yes.
pair? 7 and 8 is linear
Yes.
pair? Okay, so give me another way.
Subtract 180 by 73, which
Fine.
equals 103.
Okay?
No,
So
I think it's 107.
2 ways to get the answer. This one should be 107 degrees. It doesn't matter which way you get it, yeah? It's not a writing question, so it's fine to take a shortcut. You understand what I mean? So you can do this way because it's the same answer. It's up to you how to solve it, what you remember in the moment, but you can solve it more than one way, the angle 7. Anybody question about this one?
No.
All right. So that's it. Number 14 is similar. They're going to give you a picture. One more time. Yeah.
I want to write the answer.
The answer is in the classroom.
Okay, خلاص miss. Thank you.
So here, they're going to give you a picture, yeah, and ask you to find the missing numbers. So you just have to do the best you can to figure out what it is that we need. So we have a corner angle here. How much is this one? This a corner, so should be how much?
90 degrees.
Okay, this is 90 degrees. Then it tells you angle 5 is equal to angle 6. So what can we write here if we do not know the number for angle 5 and angle 6?
180.
No. You don't know the number. Yeah, X. Then you have to see what picture they give you. This one X, and this one is also X. So you can write an equation or what? What's the name of this thing?
Supplementary.
Is this?
Supplementary.
Yeah, supplementary, straight angle. Fine, they're supplementary. How much is supplementary?
180.
Fine. So this equation should be equal to 180. So what's we gonna have? X
2x
plus X plus
plus
90.
90 equal 180.
Plus. Then solve. X plus X give you 2X. Subtract 90 both sides. This one 0. 2X is equal to 90. Divide 2. Divide 2. X is going to be equal to 45. So what does the question want from you?
Find the measure.
It wants the measure. Find the measure. It does not say find X, it says find the measure. Well, here, we're going to delete X and put what measure?
45.
45.
And delete X and put what measure?
45.
45 degrees. Plus. Your exam this term is a lot of writing equations and solving it, huh? Question number 15. It says angle 2 and 3 are complementary. What is the meaning of complementary?
Corner angle at 290 degrees.
At 90.
So this one is 90. So that means 2 and 3. This should be a corner angle here. This one is 90. Then it says angle 1 is, what symbol is this? This one, congruent to angle 4. What is the meaning of congruent?
Same measure?
Equal, right? Do we have number here for this?
No. X.
No. So we can put X. And for the measure of angle 4, we can also put X, right? Then it tells us the measure of angle number 2 is how much?
28.
28. So I'll put this one here is 28 degrees. I'll delete this one so you do not get distracted by it. And remember, this one is a corner angle. So the first thing we need to figure out is what is the measure of angle 3. How can we figure out the measure of angle 3?
28.
3 is 28.
Yes.
No.
How?
It's complementary, making it 90 degrees. So you subtract 28 from 90.
So if we want the measure of angle 3, we're going to do 90, subtract 28, give you 62 degrees. So we don't have 3 here. Should be how much? Not highlighter.
62.
62. All right. So the measure of angle 3 is 62 degrees. How can we 1 and 4? You have to see your picture, yeah? What do you have here?
Straight line.
Straight angle. How much is the straight angle?
180.
180.
180. So that means all of this should be how much?
180.
180. So give me an equation, yeah?
Two x plus 29 plus 62 equal 180.
Yeah, what's 28 plus 62?
90.
Yeah, so 90, 2x plus 90 is equal to 180, right? Where did we get to the 90? Because 28 plus
Was the
62
vertical?
is 90. No, because we know 2 and 3 were complementary. So if you need to write 2x plus 28 plus 62 is equal to 180. Fine, it's going to give you 90. Subtract 90 both sides. This is 0. 2x is equal to 90.
45.
Divide 2. Divide 2. X is equal to 45 degrees. So go back to your picture. We're going to delete the x. And what number should be in that place?
45.
Okay, so this one 45 degrees, and angle 4 is also 45 degrees. Everybody catching on? (16) 2 and 4, angle 2 and angle 4, and angle 4 and angle 5 are supplementary. What is the meaning of supplementary?
Add to 180.
Good. So this one should be 180. Angle 4 is 105. So I'm going to erase angle 4 here and put 105 degrees. Well, remember what it told us in the writing. 4 and 5 are what?
Supplementary.
Supplementary, right? So how can I find the measure of angle number 5?
100.
Go ahead.
X plus 105 equal 180.
Sure. Yeah. So this is not a writing question, so we can take the shortcut, yeah? So 180, subtract 105. Gonna give you 75 degrees. So this one, we can delete it. And we can also put here 75 degrees. Well, what else does it tell you in the writing? Angle 2 and angle 4 are what? Angle 2 and angle 4 are also supplementary. So how can we find angle 2? They do not have to be side by side. You know supplementary means what?
180.
180. So x plus 105 is equal to 180. Same equation, same shortcuts. 180 subtract 105, going to give you 75 degrees. So you can delete measure of angle 2. The measure should be 75. How can you find the measure of angle 3?
X plus 105 equal 180.
Close. We want 3. They don't say anything about 3. So see from your picture, 2 and 3 make what?
180.
Yeah, 2 and 3 also make 180. So how can you find?
105.
So 180 subtract 75, gonna give you 105 degrees. So you can delete the 3 so you do not get confused, and the measured is gonna be 105 degrees. This one is thinking question. You have to use each part to help you to get another one. But it's all about if you know the meaning of supplementary. Supplementary is 180. So that means something in your picture have to equal to 180. You guys okay about this, or you want a question? Ask me something about it.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
All right. 17, same again. 9 and 10, it has a name.
Linear.
Supplementary.
Supplementary linear pair. Fine. What's the meaning?
They equal to 180.
It's a straight angle and should be equal to 180 degrees. So 3x plus 12 plus x subtract 24 is equal to 180. Clean and solve. So 3x plus x give you
4x.
positive 4x. 12 subtract 24, negative 12, right? So this one, this one. Add 12 both sides. This 0 or x is equal to 192. Divide 4, divide 4. X is equal to 48. What does the question ask you for?
Find the measure.
It's want the measure. How do you find the measure?
Three parentheses 48 plus 12.
So,
Plus
yep,
3 parentheses positive 48 plus 12.
right. Give you 156 degrees. How can you find angle 10?
48 minus 24.
Sure, 48 minus 24. What's another way you could get it? Or 9 and 10, it have name.
Supplementary.
Supplementary. So 180 subtract 156. Either one. Both of them gonna give you 24 degrees. Anybody question about number 17?
No.
All right. Last one. This number 18, 3 and 4. Name. 3 and 4 has a name.
Vertical. Vertical.
Fine,
Meaning
they're
they're
vertical.
equal to each other.
Vertical should be
Equal.
equal. So 5x subtract 112 is equal to 2x plus 23. Subtract 2x both sides. This 3x subtract 112 equal to 23. Add 112 both sides. This one 0. 3x is equal to 135. Divide 3. Divide 3. X is equal to 45. What does the question ask you for?
Find the measure.
Find the measure. How do you find the measure?
2 parentheses positive 45 plus 23.
Fine. 2x plus 23. 2 multiply 45 plus 23. Give you 113 degrees.
Miss,
Yep.
how did you know this is vertical?
How do you know if it's vertical?
Yeah.
Vertical angles should be opposite from each other. So
Okay.
you gotta study the vocab. If angle 3 is 113 degrees, what should be angle 4?
113.
113.
Because they are
Vertical.
so they should be equal.
Okay.
Right? So
All
they're
right.
opposite are equal. Plus, that's number 1, right? So mark somewhere if you got that question or if you need more practice. I think that's a level 2 question. I don't think it's level 3, super hard. If you've been paying attention and practicing solving the equation, it's pretty level 2. Only hard thing is if they give you some strange word problem, right? But you have to remember about your vocabulary. Complementary, supplementary, linear paired, and vertical angles is what this question is about. All right, everybody's fine?
Yes.
All right, question number 2 is also from 12.6. Question number 2 is about angle addition. It's part plus part equal whole. So we did this question also term 2, right? So you just have to mark the picture and see what they give you. The question here says, find the measure of angle ABC if the measure of angle ABD is 70 degrees. How do I find ABD? Start where?
From A.
Start at A, go to
B.
B. I'm going to color it in. So start at A, go to B, and stop at
D.
D. So this whole yellow part here is going to be 70 degrees. The yellow, this whole part here. Then D, angle DBC. Start where?
From D.
Start at D, go to B, and stop at C. So this part here, this is 43 degrees. Remember in the exam, you can draw this thing again. If you're getting confused by the picture, draw your own picture. We don't need the angle 2, and we do not need this line. So this line, maybe for some people, it's going to confuse you. So in the exam, you can try to scratch it out or just redraw it again so you have this picture with the yellow and the blue. Remember what I told you, pictures are going to make everything better. And if you draw a good picture, you're going to make sure your answer is going to be much likely to be correct if your picture is good. So for this one, it's just parts plus parts equal whole. So 70 plus 43 is equal to 113 degrees. Because they want the measure of angle ABC. So from A to B to C. They want the whole thing here. Plus. You guys okay about it or what? Right? So number 2, I think you can try it yourself. Number 3, I think you can do it yourself. Number 4 and number 5, I think you can do it yourself. If you do not know how to do it, when I open the meeting after Eid, so next week, Friday, you can ask me a question about it if you got stuck, okay? But those ones, I'm not gonna solve it. So for that, I think question number 2 is gonna be level 1. Should be easy. Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Question 3 is coming from 12.8. So this one about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. How do you know if it have the same slope? Should have what?
Parallel.
Should be the same sign and should be the same fraction. So on this question, you have to see the slope. Is it the same sign? Is it the same fraction? If everything is yes, the name is parallel. For perpendicular, flip and switch, right? Flip and switch means opposite sign, flipped fraction. So if the signs are opposite and the fraction is flipped, the name should be perpendicular. They want to know, can you say what is the correct name? So here, remember we did this one in the class, right? So we have A, same sign or opposite sign?
Same.
It's the same sign. Is it the same fraction?
Yes.
No.
Is the same fraction? No.
Oh, no.
So what is the name?
Neither.
Parallel, perpendicular, or neither?
Perpendicular.
No,
Neither.
it's neither. To be perpendicular, have to have opposite sign. So they do not have opposite sign. So try for B, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign.
Opposite side.
I have a negative and a negative.
Same.
I believe it's the same sign. Is it the same fraction?
No.
No, it's not the same fraction. So can you call it parallel?
No.
No.
No. What's the
Perpendicular.
name?
Neither.
Neither.
This one is
Neither.
neither. Okay.
Neither.
For C, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign.
Opposite side.
Okay,
Perpendicular.
it have opposite sign. Then you have to see about the fraction. Is this number a fraction?
No.
How
No.
can you make it fraction?
You
Put
put it on
one.
top of one.
Positive one.
Positive one.
Put it over positive
one over
1.
one.
Put this one over positive 1. Do they have flipped fraction?
Yes.
No.
Sure, this one is 1 over 1. If you flip it, it's still 1 over 1, right?
Yeah.
So the fraction is flipped. So the name is
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular.
Then we have D. Same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign.
Opposite sign.
Okay, it's opposite sign. Do you have flipped fraction?
No.
No. So what is the
No.
name?
Neither.
For number E, same sign or opposite sign?
Same sign.
Same sign. Same fraction?
No. Same fraction. No. No, yes. Same fraction.
2 over 3, 2 over 3. Same fraction, yes or no? Yes, same fraction. So the name should be parallel. That's what you have to do for this question in the exam. See the slope number 1, see slope number 2, say if it's parallel, perpendicular, or neither. That's it. What else do you need to remember about this? Your different kinds of equations, right? So for A, what would be the slope for that?
Positive.
It should be positive 5. What kind of line should you have?
Positive.
Positive, right? Sorry, I don't know. Out of order. For B, what's the slope for that? Negative 5. For C, what is your slope?
Five.
-5.
No.
0, 0.
Why 0?
No X.
There's no
Because
X.
not have.
For D, what is your slope?
No slope.
No
There's
slope.
no slope. How do you know there's no slope?
No. No.
Because it's not YX.
There's no Y,
equal.
right? So A and B, most of you are good. When it comes to C and D, some of you guys start to hesitate. You have to see what is missing from C and D. C does not have X, so the slope should be 0. For D, it does not start with Y equal, so there is no slope. For A, remember you should have, it's out of order, sorry. So A should be a positive slope, B should be a negative line, C should be a horizontal line, and D should be a vertical line. Term 3, they are really focusing on horizontal and vertical lines. They want to know if you know what kind of equation and what kind of slope belongs with horizontal and vertical. A and B, that is more from grade 8. In grade 9, they want to know, can you say what is the horizontal line and the vertical one? And this is the one you still guys are still getting confused. So here, this equation is y equal positive 2. What slope should you have here? Y equal positive 2. What should be your slope?
Positive 2.
The slope is not positive 2.
Vertical.
I said the slope.
Horizontal.
That's not horizontal.
Horizontal.
Let's go back.
Positive 2. Miss, is it the line?
No, it's the slope.
0.
So here, we're back again. What I just told you. They want to know about horizontal and vertical line. For C, the line is horizontal. The slope is what number? The slope should be 0. Why is y equal 5? Why does the slope 0 for that? Nobody? The slope is 0 because you do not have x. And if it's x equal, you do not have slope because it starts with x. There is no y in the orange one. You have to keep them cleared in your mind. So again, this is y equal positive 2. What slope should you have here?
0.
Horizontal.
The slope is 0. Why is the slope 0?
Because not have x.
Fine. What kind of line should this be?
Vertical.
Horizontal.
Should be horizontal. Cross what axis?
Y-axis.
Y-axis.
At what number?
Positive 2.
Positive 2.
Positive 2. So you go to the y-axis at positive 2 and you make horizontal line. For x equal positive 5, what is the slope here?
Undefined.
Okay, undefined, no slope. Either one. What kind of line should you have for this?
Vertical.
Fine, it's
السلام
vertical.
عليكم مسيشة.
Hello. Across what?
مس صف كذا شجعيني.
X-axis.
X-axis at what?
Positive 5.
Positive 5. So you go to the x-axis at positive 5 and you draw a vertical line. If you need to practice anything about question number 3, it's going to be the horizontal and vertical, okay? That's the thing I think you guys need to study on about horizontal, vertical. Practice it in Alex, okay? So here you should know 2 vertical lines are parallel. 2 horizontal lines are parallel. 1 vertical and 1 horizontal is perpendicular. Remember, 2 vertical, it should be 2x equal. 2 horizontal, 2y equal without x.
أيوة. 560. 65.
Then you have 1 vertical, 1 horizontal. Is 1x equal, 1y equal? All right, so know that for the exam. Also for this question, you need to remember slope-intercept form is y equal mx plus b. And point-slope form is y subtract y1 equal m multiply x subtract x1. The main thing you need to remember for this, because you need to know where is the slope. So in slope-intercept form, the slope is next to the x. In point-slope form, the slope is touching the parentheses. So you should know how to find the slope in either form, because they may give you either one of those. So the question here, you just have to say what is the slope for each equation. So for number 10, equation 1, you have 2 here. You have y equal 2x plus 4. And this one, y equal 2x subtract 10. What's the slope for equation number 1?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. And the slope for equation number 2?
Positive 2. Positive 2.
Negative 1
اوكي تسوي لي
over
سكيب هي عينك.
2x subtract 12. Y subtract 3 equal 2 multiply x plus 2. What is your slope for the first equation?
Negative 1 over 2.
Negative 1 over 2. The slope for the second equation?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. Same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite.
Okay, it's opposite. Do you have flipped fraction?
Yes.
So, name?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular. Done. That's it. All right. 12. What's the slope for the first equation for number 12?
Positive 3.
Yeah, so positive 3. And the second equation?
Negative 1.
Negative 1 over 3.
Negative 1 over 3. So, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite.
Opposite sign.
Perpendicular.
Opposite sign.
Perpendicular.
Do you have flipped fraction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the name?
Perpendicular.
Yeah. So, perpendicular. For number 13, what's the slope? Positive 6.
6.
This one, negative 1 over 3. Same sign,
Neither.
opposite sign.
Neither. They're same number or same sign.
Well, their opposite sign, is it flipped fraction? The fraction is not flipped, so neither. Number 14, this is x equal negative 2. What should be the slope?
No slope.
Okay, so there's no slope. What kind of line is no slope?
Undefined.
What kind of line?
Vertical.
Okay, so this line should be vertical. For y equal 10, what is the slope?
10. No, wait, no. 0. 0.
Why is it 0?
Because there's no x.
So it's y equal 0, x plus 10. What kind of line should you have for this?
Horizontal.
Horizontal. You have one vertical, one horizontal. What is the name?
Perpendicular.
So perpendicular. For number 15, you have y equal positive 5. What is your slope here?
0.
0.
Y 0.
Because there's no x.
So y equal 0, x plus 5. For equation number 2, y equal negative 3. What is your slope?
0.
0.
0. Why is it 0?
Because there's no
Because there's no x.
There's no x. Equation 1 should be what kind of line?
Parallel.
It's 0. What kind of line?
Parallel.
Horizontal. No. Horizontal is the line. This one, the slope is 0. What kind of line should it be?
It's on top of each other. So.
What kind of line should this one be?
Horizontal.
Horizontal. 2 horizontal is what name?
Parallel.
Parallel. So you have to be careful. I'm sure they're going to give you 14 or 15 in the exam. You just need to be careful about what is the slope and draw a picture of the line. Okay, so remember, we want to draw 2 lines. It have to be parallel to line BC. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what is the slope of line BC. We need to see what is the slope. You have 2 ways to make the slope. You can do rise over run, or you can do slope formula. Everybody know how to make the slope formula, yes or no?
Yes.
Fine. So you're going to make slope. The slope of the line that I put in the graph is positive 2 over 3. Now we have to make a second line. In the writing, does it tell you it should be parallel or perpendicular?
Parallel.
It says parallel in the right. So what do you know about parallel slope?
Same slope.
Same slope. So it's gonna have the same slope. This one, you have a different start point, okay? So the start point is gonna be the other one they give you with A. So we have to start at A, and we're gonna use the slope. It's the parallel slope. So from A, you're going to go up 2 and write 3. We did this one in class. Those of you that came to class that day. So what's the first thing you have to do? You have to see what is the slope of the line they give you. How do you know which line they give you? Because they have 2 points here.
Miss, the yellow line, how did you find the points?
It's in the writing.
صميم حلف تراث أبوي.
So it says here. The yellow line. It says BC. They give you 2 points. Okay, this is the line they give you. They want you to make another line, should be parallel, and should go through the point that is just 1 point. How do you make the line? You're going to use the slope. From the start point, you go up 2 and write 3. Up 2, write 3.
Miss, I understand, but I don't understand how do you find the number that we start from at the start point in the yellow? How like we start the line from where?
The yellow is from here in the writing. It says B is 1 and 3. So this is B. And C is 4 and 5. So this is C.
Understand, okay.
It's okay? So to get the yellow line, I have to take it from the writing B and C, put the points, make the slope. How are they going to ask it as multiple choice? I'm not really sure. They could ask you which picture is correct. They could ask you what is going to be the slope for the new line. I'm not sure. But let's see another one. For number 17, the line is going to be line YZ. How do I know I'm using YZ? Because they give me 2 points for this one. So put the 2 points in the graph, and then you need to find the slope. You can use rise over run, or you can use your slope formula to find the slope. Everybody okay with finding the slope?
Yes.
The next thing is how to make the second line. To make the second line, it has to go through the other point, this one. How do you know? It says passes through. Passes through means you should draw a line passing through X. So your line has to go through X. What else do we know about line 2? It should be parallel or it should be perpendicular.
Parallel.
Okay, it should be parallel. What is our start point? Gonna be the X. So we go right 1 and down 4. That is X. We're gonna make a new line that has to go through the green star. How do we know how to draw the line? We have to use what we know about our slope. And the slope should be parallel. Parallel slope means same slope. So from the start point, the x, you're going to use the same slope. You're going to go up 7 and right 8. Draw the line. You know you are correct if your picture is parallel. Anybody want to ask me a question about number 17 yet?
Miss, how I know it's parallel? In the question, right, parallel or perpendicular?
It says here in the question, parallel.
Okay, Miss, thank you.
Anybody else yet?
No, miss.
Okay, so try it again. It's the same thing, 18. We have to make the first line, the yellow line. We're going to use LM. How do I know to use LM? We have 2 points here. To make a line, I need 2 points. So I have to use this one because they give me 2. So with a line LM, you're going to find the slope using rise over run, or you will use the slope formula. After you find the slope, you have to make the second line. The second line should be parallel or should be perpendicular.
Perpendicular, miss.
Should be perpendicular. What is our start point? This one passes through. This is going to be the start point. So we're going to start our new line at K. So to find K, you're going right 3 and up 7. So there is K. Remember, the new line is going to be perpendicular. So the slope is flip and switch. The slope for the yellow line is negative, so the new slope should be positive. This slope is 10 over 3, so the new slope should be 3 over 10 and should be positive. To make the new line, you're going to go up 3 and right 10. But remember here, I don't have space. I can go up 3 and right 10, but I'm out of space. So this one, go opposite, down 3 and left 10. That is the new line. You guys want a question? Anybody want to ask me about number 18?
No, miss.
All right. Number 19, same again. We want our first line. It's going to be line FG. How do I know it's going to be FG? Because they give me 2 points here. So find the slope of line FG. Then you have to decide, is it parallel or perpendicular? It will tell you in the writing. It should be perpendicular. So we need to make a new line The start point of the new line is going to be D. So you should go left 5 and down 6 to find D. We're going to make a new line going through D. It should be perpendicular to the yellow one. Remember, perpendicular is flip and switch. So if this one is positive, the perpendicular should be negative. If this slope for the yellow line is 4/3, then the new one should be 3/4. So to make the point, you will go down 3 and write 4 from D. Yeah? And connect the dots. That one is perpendicular. You guys still there?
Yes.
All right. Here's a word problem. What do I know about the Wazara? Sometimes they like to ask word problems, same like they put it in the haiku, yeah? So they could ask this word problem. It's the same idea. The picture shows that we have line A, B. And C is a chair on the lift. So this person is going skiing, and we want to see where is the line to go through C. So same thing we just did. We need to see what is the slope of line AB. So for this one, I'm not going to use the slope formula. I'm just going to do rise over run. So how can I get from A to B? I can go up. So go up 3 and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So positive 6. So I can do the rise over run. So this is a different way to find slope. So positive 3 over positive 6, gonna give you positive 1 over 2. So that is the slope of line AB. It's a two-part question. First thing they say, they want it parallel. So parallel should be the same slope. This time they want you to write an equation. So two ways to write the equation. It's up to you how you want to write it. What is the equation of the line? You can use point slope. What is my x1 and y1? I have to take it from line C, from point C, because I want to make a new line through point C. So to write the equation, my y1 is going to be positive 2, and my x1 is going to be negative 1. I have a negative negative, should make that positive. Then remember, we have to change it to slope-intercept form. So 1/2 multiply x, and 1/2 multiply by positive 1, you get this. Add to both sides. Your equation is going to be y is equal to 1/2x plus 5/2. So this is one way to write the equation.
Miss, from where you get 1/2 from the slope?
I did rise over run in the red. Remember, they wanted parallel. It says here in the writing, it should be parallel, the new line.
Miss, I can do only slope-intercept form.
The equation have to be in slope-intercept form.
Miss, yes, you do raise over run, but it's close to 3/6. How did you get 1/2?
Put it in the calculator. You get 1/2?
Yes.
Fine. Any other question about that? Another way you can write the equation is to find the b. So you can solve it this way. It depends on you and which way you want to do it. So I taught you how to do both ways using point slope and finding b. So this one you just solve, you get b is positive 5/2. Remember, we wanted y equal mx plus b. So you're not writing m, it should be positive 1/2. You're not writing b, should be positive 5/2. Same the equation. You have one more way you can make the equation is by trying to see it from the graph. So remember, we want it parallel. So you can go up 1 and write 2, put point. Up 1, write 2, point. Up 1, right 2, put the point. Connect the dots. Sorry, down 2, or down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. So I can connect these dots here. And you can also try to see, you could see it this way, your y-intercept from your graph. So this one would be your y-intercept. What number is this one? This is positive 1, positive 2, positive 2.5. So if you say b is equal to 2.5, if you change that to a decimal, it's the same as 5/2. So 3 ways to write the equation. It's your decision. Everybody's all right about that?
Yes.
Okay. The second part of this word problem, it says the top of the chairlift occurs at y is equal to 20. So if we continue this graph all the way until y is equal to positive 20. So we continue it all the way until y equal 20 up here. It wants to know what number should be the x. To figure it out, you're going to use your equation. You're not writing y, you put 20, and then you solve. This one, how do you take the fraction? It's 1/2. Anybody remember how to take the fraction? Should multiply by 2 or 2/1 both sides. So x is going to be equal to 35. That's the second part of the word problem. Question for me?
No.
All right. So that's question number 3. Maybe level 2, just because of the second part about drawing the parallel or perpendicular line. So what do I think you should practice about question number 3? Horizontal and vertical, and the parallel and perpendicular line.
Miss, is this type of question will come in the exam?
Could be, because you have this question. They're asking you the same question again in question number 5, I think. So I think maybe for question number 3, they're going to give you something about maybe not this word problem, but the ones we did before. So like this. So you should study this one and also study about the horizontal and vertical. All right, question number 4 is coming from 12.7. Remember about parallel lines. Parallel lines are in the same plane and they should not intersect, right? So parallel lines are in the same plane. Parallel planes do not intersect. So these are parallel planes, the yellow and the red. You have something on the top, something on the bottom. They cannot touch. Parallel can never, ever, ever, ever touch. So they never, ever, ever intersect. Parallel lines do not intersect. Parallel planes do not intersect. It means they cannot touch. Skew, remember skew should be in a different plane. And remember they cannot touch as well. So the orange lines here are skew. And we did practice about this one in class. Okay, so skew is just the vocab. This one, another one, the orange lines are skew. They are in different planes and do not touch. So here, what is skew with line BC? It should be in a different plane. What lines are in a different plane? Anybody remember?
Skew.
Yeah, what lines are skew? Not touching BC.
D and E.
D and E, fine.
A and F.
A and F.
A and F, so good. A and F, D and E,
F, G.
H
F,
and G.
E.
H, E. Okay, so the purple lines are skew. They're in a different plane and cannot touch. Let me color this for you. So here, the top. You cannot choose anything from the top because the top is touching in the same plane as BC. So you cannot use AB, you cannot use CD, and you cannot use AD because it's in the same shape as BC. You also cannot use this one in the back. This one in the back is also with BC. You cannot use any letter or line that is touching this yellow square. It has to be in a different square. Parallel to EH. What's parallel?
CD.
One more time.
D
Parallel.
and C.
DC, fine. It has to be same plane. AB,
AB.
CD, FG. Miss Aisha, why does AB work? Remember I told you about AB, it's the one that is going diagonal. So it connects diagonally to EH. So that should also be a parallel. What's parallel with DCH? The plane.
ABG.
ABG.
ABG, fine. So that's that. Try again. We want parallel. Parallel means same plane. So what's in the same plane as JP?
LR.
LR.
and
KQ.
KQ.
KQ. So these are parallel. For B, we want the parallel plane.
JKL.
JKL. Plane JKL. Remember, in your exam, you need to be careful about putting your lines in the plane, in the angle. You have to say what is the name correctly, right? So we have sides, we have planes, we have angles. Be clear. What is skew? Skew is a different plane. So what can be skew?
JP.
Yeah,
PQ.
okay,
And PR.
QR.
fine. Correct. Okay. Skew. Remember, it cannot be in the same shape. Think about it like a shape. Here, this is the top. You cannot choose anything from this triangle because it's in the same triangle as KL. You can also here, you cannot choose anything here. This one is the rectangle. You cannot choose anything on the same rectangle as KL because that's not skew. So you have these questions. Number 1, we want to know what's parallel with AE. Three segments. It should be in the same plane. So you have these three. Anybody question about number 1?
No.
All right. Number 2, we want skew. Should be in a different plane.
HG.
D and H.
So E and H and F, G are going to be the skew. This one, a pair of parallel planes. So it's parallel with A, B, C, D.
EFGH.
Fine. E, F, G, H. All right. Another set of parallel could be these two. So you should cap the bottom and the top. So A, B, E, F and D, C, H, G can also be parallel. Number 4, parallel to AD. Should be in the same plane. So EH. That is the only one parallel because this shape is really a weird shape, yeah? If you take this one here, let me change the color. If you were gonna try to take BC, eventually BC and AD are gonna cross, yeah? So you can't use BC. And you can't use G for the same reason because eventually they're going to cross. So the only one parallel is gonna be EH. 3 segments parallel to HG. So this one have 3. Should be in the same plane. So DC, AB, and EF. Those can all be parallel. They will never ever intersect. Number 6, what is skew? Should be in a different plane. So these should be skew. Everybody's fine? One more here. What's the relationship between A, B, C, D and D, C, G, H? Those are perpendicular. Because it's touching, gonna make right angle. You have one horizontal line, one vertical line. So here you have horizontal, then you have the vertical. All right, gonna be right angle there. Everybody's all right still?
Yes.
All right. This one should be easy. Remember about transversal. It has to cross two or more lines. It should touch both angles. So the next part of this question is just you knowing your vocab. You have 1 and 8. It's called alternate exterior. Also 2 and 7. They're opposite and outside. This one, alternate interior. Wait. No. Everybody's done? This one, opposite and inside. Then 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8 is corresponding. They're same side and should be in the matching place. And then you have consecutive interior, 3 and 5, or 4 and 6. They're on the same side and inside the parallel. So you have these questions here, and they want to know about each angle. So starting with 4 and 5. Here is 4. Here is 5. What can be your transversal there? What is touching both? Line what? Anybody there?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I know you guys are not sleepy. Really? Anybody know what line? It's have to
A.
touch both.
A.
So fine, line A.
Consecutive.
First, you have to say what is the transversal. So it's going to be A. Then they're same sign or opposite side of line A. Same side, inside or outside or match. What should be the parallel here? The parallel is going to be C and D. So 4 and 5 are inside or outside of the parallel?
Inside.
Inside. So what's your name? That's one, consecutive interior. Then you have 12 and 14. So this is 12, this is 14. What should be your transversal?
B.
Yeah, so B, it's touching both. So here is the transversal B. The 12 and 14, same side or opposite side of the line B?
Opposite side.
Opposite side. What should be the parallel lines here?
Alternate interior. Oh wait, parallel.
Yeah, should be C and D. 12 and 14, inside or outside of the parallel?
Inside.
inside. So your name, alternates, interior. Two and 12. What's your transversal? Gonna be C.
Alternates interior.
What should be your parallel? They have opposite sides. The parallel gonna be A and B. So 2 and 12, inside or outside of the parallel?
Inside.
Inside. So the name,
Alternate interior.
alternate interior. We have 1 and 9. Transversal. It's going to be C. Touches both angles, so line C is the transversal. 1 and 9 are on the same side. What is the parallel lines? Going to be A and B. Inside, outside are to match. This one, match. So the name is corresponding. Last one, 10 and 16. Transversal is going to be B. 10 and 16 are on opposite sides. The parallel is going to be line C and line D. So 10 and 16 are outside of the parallel. So the name is alternate interior, or exterior, sorry. Class, so that's all about that, saying the name. Anybody question for me about that? So this one, you can try the rest of those yourself. If you have a question about it, you can ask me next week. I don't know. Okay, number 18, it says what type of angles are 3 and 10. So here is 3, here is 10. So they're on the opposite side of the transversal. Which one is the transversal? Gonna be line L. What's gonna be my parallel? Gonna be line N. And line P. And this is inside. So they're on opposite sides. They are outside of the parallel. So the name should be alternate exterior. Number 19, we have 11 and 13. It says, what is the transversal? So what is the one touching both? It's going to be line P. So line P is touching both. Your parallel is going to be line N, and your other parallel would be line Q. So line P. This one wants you to describe the relationships of the lines. So if you're talking about floor A, this is A, this is B, and this is C. They are parallel. What can you call this line, the red line? Anybody? No? Everybody left?
Transversal.
Beautiful. Transversal. So that red line is the transversal. So the escalator railing is the transversal. They could ask you
What
this word
means the
probably.
transversal?
Tell me again.
Transversal, what it mean?
Transversal means that it touches more than one line. All right. So that's question number 4. It's not too bad. Maybe the only thing there is about the skew and the parallel lines. So that's why I put it, maybe it's a 2. But it's not too bad. Last 2 questions. 12.8 again is question number 5. So you should know how to do the slope formula. So you have y2 subtract y1 over x2 subtract x1. And it's about parallel and perpendicular slope again. So remember, parallel slope is the same slope. Perpendicular slope, flip and switch. Parallel should have the same sign and the same fraction. Perpendicular should have opposite sign and the flipped fraction. If it doesn't make this, you're going to put neither. So here we have it again. F, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite.
They're opposite. Is the fraction flipped, yes or no?
Yes.
So what should be the name?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular. Or G, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign.
Opposite sign. Is -5 a fraction?
No.
How do you make its fraction?
What one?
But it's over +1. Now, do you have flipped fraction?
Yes.
Name? Perpendicular. Word H, same sign or opposite sign?
Same.
Same. Same fraction?
No.
So, neither.
Neither.
Word I, same sign, opposite sign.
Opposite sign.
Okay. Flipped fraction?
Yes.
Name?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular. Number J, same sign, opposite sign.
Same.
Same fraction?
Yes.
Name?
Parallel.
Done. So, same again. This time, they're going to give you the points, and you have to find the slope. Did I do it? I don't think I did the numbers. So, for line AB, this x1, y1, x2, y2. Do not write y2, put +4. Do not write y1, put +5. Do not write x2, put +4. Do not write x1, put +1. Put it in the calculator, you're going to get an answer. So this is going to be -1 over +3. Somebody check it, please. For line CD, x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 is -5. y1 is -10. x2 is -6. And x1 is +9. So
It's
what?
parallel. It's
What
-1
that?
over 3.
So this was -1 over 3.
It's parallel.
So parallel. Done. The rest, you can do it yourself, yeah?
Yes.
That's it. So you just need to find the slope and say parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Here is another one. This time, if they give you a graph, to see the graph, you have to write the number yourself. So we were practicing writing the numbers this week. Where is A? Starts at 0. We're going left 5. So that's -5. Then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So +4. Where is B? We're going right 4, +4, and up 1. So +1. Where is C? You go left 2 and up 3. Where is D? You go left 4 and down 3. So write where are the points and then find the slope. Or you can use rise over run if you want. This x1, this y1, this x2, this is y2. So y2, +1, y1, +4, x2, +4, x1, -5. So that is -3 over 9. So -1 over 3. Somebody check it. x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 is -3, y1 +3, x2 -4, x1 -2.
Perpendicular.
So this one -6 over -2. So +3. So correct, perpendicular. How do you know it's perpendicular? It is opposite sign and flipped fraction. So that's it. Number 8, I think you can do it yourself. Do not get in the habit of seeing the picture and saying that it's parallel. You have to check the numbers, okay? That's a good trick that Wazara can put in the exam. Give you the picture and you will say, oh, this is parallel. I can see by my eyes, but you didn't check your math. It's not about, the exam is not about trusting your eyes. The exam is about trusting your math and showing that you can prove yourself. So make sure you check the slope to see if it is correct. Same for number 9, you need to check the slope. See if the slopes are same. If they're not same, fine, they're gonna be neither. So this one, I think, is level 1 type of question. This is also why I think in question number 2, they're gonna ask you about the graph. Can you make a new line passing through a different point? So I think number 5, you should be fine, but question number 3, I think they might try to give you a trick there. So study question number 3 very hard, yeah? Last one, number 6, is from 12.9. Same again. What's the name of these?
Alternate exterior and alternate interior.
This alternate exterior and alternate in. They're both opposite, but one outside and one inside. This one, corresponding, same side and match. The second one, consecutive interior, same side and inside the parallel. So for this one, you have to say the name. And what is the parallel? Similar to what we just did in question number 4. So here is 3 and here is 7. What should be your transversal for this?
A and B.
Transversal.
Um,
The transversal gonna be L. So touching both. Fine. So 3 and 7 on the same side or opposite side of the transversal.
opposite.
Okay, good. Now tell me what is the parallel.
Inside.
Which are your parallel lines? You said it already. A
and B.
Okay, so the parallels are going to be A and B. 3 and 7, inside or outside the parallel?
Inside.
Inside. So what's the name?
Alternate interior.
Done. So you say that A and B is the parallel, and the reason is something about alternate interior. خلاص. That's it. Number 2, I'll do it again. You have number 9 and number 11. What's going to be your transversal here? Transversal. Oh, M. Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, it sounded like L. Sorry. M. 9 and 11, same side or opposite side of the transversal?
Same side.
Same side. Then what's going to be your parallel?
Match.
No, which lines are the parallel?
A and B.
A and B. How do you know it's A and B? It have to touch the transversal and the number. So A and B. When you're talking about 9 and 11, inside, outside, or to match?
Match.
Match. So the parallel is A and B. What is the name?
Corresponding.
Corresponding. Done. That's it. 3 and 4, try it yourself. 5 and 6, try it yourself. The last part is about writing the equations. Corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, and vertical should all be equal. Consecutive interior, linear pair, and which equation is what? So number 7, say what is the name, write the equation, and solve. I'm not going to do it for you. If you want to ask me next week, okay, no problem. Number 8, same. I'm not going to solve it. What is the name? Write your equation. Number 9, what is the name? Write your equation. Number 10, what is the name? Write your equation. Number 11, gonna write it for you because we need to say about what is the name. So, same side or opposite side of the transversal, this one?
Same.
So K is the transversal. They're on the same side. Are they inside or outside or matching in the parallel?
Outside.
Outside.
Outside. So they're outside. What is the name for same side and outside?
Consecutive exterior. Consecutive.
So it's consecutive. Exterior.
Miss,
Consecutive exterior is congruent or supplementary?
supplementary.
Supplementary. So 7x plus 5 plus 5x plus 19 is equal to 180. You solve and get x. Somebody said miss.
Miss, we have to solve the problem.
What does the question ask you for?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you need to solve it, find x, and then you have the answer. But first, you need to say the name. Is it congruent or supplementary? Write the correct equation and then solve it. I'm sure you guys can do this one all yourself. Number 12. What is the name? Is it congruent or supplementary? And then find x. This one, a little bit tricky, huh? So what is the matter? This one doesn't have name. They're on opposite sides. They're not both inside. They're not both outside. And they're not matching because they're on opposite sides. So this one doesn't have a name. If you run into one that doesn't have a name, you need to find where is the corresponding. This one is 25. So how much should be this one? It is matching, correct? So this should
25.
be here. Once you put the match, then you should be able to write me another equation. The name here is now going to be what? Linear pair. And linear pair is supplementary. So 7x plus 15 plus 25 is equal to 108. Solve it and get x. So that's it. Let me say it again. If you have opposite side and match, it is not possible. It doesn't have a name. It's not possible. If it's not,
so I choose not possible.
no,
There is
not
none.
possible, not going to be an answer. And I'm telling you it's not possible, so then you need to find a corresponding. See if you can find a corresponding and write another equation. Okay, there is no name for something with opposite side and match. So use what you know to help you write the rest of the equation. And class, that's number 6. Could be level 2 if you have to write an equation and solve.